So even if somebody actually is going to gain their weight, what I always will tell them is, I'm here to teach you how to fish, not give you a fish. So after you've lost your weight, right, I don't want you coming back to me. Because many cases, like people focus on, especially when you are in a personal training gym, people focus on keeping the client for 1 year, 2 years, because that's where the sales come in, right? But I started focusing on a different thing. I started focusing them on graduation.
Right.
Graduating them. Because I believe for every person X that I transform in the correct time frame, 3 or 4 or 5 other person X will actually see the credibility and come onto the gym. So instead of focusing on retainment, I always focused on graduation.
Welcome to Gym Empire Secrets, the podcast where we talk with successful gym owners on how they grew their gyms and the hard lessons they learned along the way. My name is Justice Wah, and I'm the founder of Stratagym, where we help gym owners grow their gyms to full capacity and even over 7 figures. Before Stratagym, I grew my own gym to over 7 figures, even receiving offers from private equity firms to acquire the business. I've also helped many gym owners scale their businesses so that they can inspire more healthy lives while growing their bank accounts. Whether you're a seasoned gym owner or you've just opened your new studio, you'll discover the secrets on how to grow your gym. Welcome to the Gym Empire Secrets podcast. My name is Justice, and today we are joined by Vicky from Sculpt Society. Hi, Vicky. We're super excited to have you on the podcast today. He has a very beautiful gym at Upper Thompson, and you can't miss it if you're Upper Thompson. You really can't. Yeah. And Vicky has a wealth of testimonials, transformations online. And so we're so excited to have him. Welcome, Vicky.
Hi, Justice. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great. I'm great to have you, man. I'm excited for the stuff we'll be discussing. I'm excited to showcase you and your story today.
Thank you so much once again for this opportunity. I'm really honored that you reached out to me to have me to speak about my experience, and hopefully this actually inspires and motivates, and of course, really opens up a lot of people's mind when it comes to fitness, gyms, the reality of things.
Yeah, for sure, Vicky. And I guess will be the best time to really go straight to your story, right? Because that's why you're doing what you're doing, right? And I know a little bit based on what you shared, quickly with me. But you seem to have quite a very, very powerful story yourself on how you became a gym owner, how you achieved the transformations that you now help clients achieve, right? So I'm going to ask, first question for you, Vicky. What's your story, right? How did you end up becoming a gym owner?
So it wasn't planned. I've never wanted to be a gym owner. But I guess it was the whole particular incident that happened to me when I was 137-ish kilograms. So
Wow.
I was really very obese.
Yeah.
But mind you, I wasn't obese throughout my whole life. I was pretty much into fitness. I was running track, doing sport. I was doing so many things. But due to alcohol, due to clubbing and blah, blah, blah. And then I eventually gained the weight to 136 kilograms. So at the point of time, when I was around 24-ish, 25 years old, what happened was I was hit by a small medical problem. I literally had I wouldn't call it a heart attack, but it was like a very bad heart pain. So the doctor actually told me that this is your first signal towards a heart problem, because I was actually severely overweight. But more than that, my habits were extremely severe as well. Drinking every day, fried food every day. My nasi lemak during lunch can at least go up to $15. So can you imagine how much of food I'm actually consuming after drinking?
Wow.
I literally had to bring back home 3 packets of food. Like, that's how much I actually ate.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
I
crazy.
actually ate that amount of food and then when I had the heart blockage, the doctor was this cool guy. He just came and told me that, hey, if you're going to continue being like this, you're going to die before 30 years old. And then, of course, I started on my own journey and stuff, trying to lose my weight. The army did help me a lot, but it wasn't enough. So I think during army, I lost about 20-ish plus kilograms. I was, of course, the 19 weeks obese badge. And then I finished army, and during army, I was trying to keep fit and everything. And then when I came out, I was doing boxing. I was actually training to go in competitions and all. And I did go a couple of competitions. Of course, it was not sustainable because I still had to find a real job, right? So that's when I wanted to pursue my dream of being a maths teacher, actually. So I went on to do my degree in SIM. Unfortunately, it felt like a rat race, and I dropped out of uni. Yeah, but I didn't tell anybody, like, especially my mom, because I knew I would be whack the shit out of myself, right? She's going to find out that I quit uni. So I was, of course, trying so many places, but there was this particular gentleman who who's now my business mentor, he gave me a space, a very small space. He said, I'm giving you this space and you do something with it. It was barely the size of this room. I mean, slightly bigger, lah. I mean, maybe slightly bigger than this room. We had a simple squat rack, kettlebells, dumbbells, 2 benches, some battle ropes. And that's where I started my journey of being a so-called gym owner, which I wouldn't consider myself a gym owner at that point of time. But then I built up my clients. I built myself up, a lot of my own self-marketing, social media, and today, 8 years later, here we are.
Wow. So you started from a small space that your mentor kind of let you use.
Yeah, because he's a gym freak, right? So he created a space. He didn't want to go to the gym, so he created like a small space within his office so that after work he can just straight go there and train, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So he gave me that space to use on the other days because it was underutilized on other hours of the day.
Right. Wow. Okay. And was that where you started to, like, you take clients, you started to really coach your clients? Okay.
Yes,
Wow.
that was where it started. Yeah.
Okay. But and help me and the viewers understand this, because you went from that small space to now like Sculpt Society, right? So how did you make that transition?
Oh, more mistakes than anything. But in 2017 September I started Sculpt, and then it moved on in 2018. I was just running the whole space over there. 2019 I took a very big loan. I borrowed some money, not some. It's actually quite a lot of money. And I decided to open up Sculpt in a more bigger space, a bigger unique space, like, you want like my own style of gym kind of thing. So we got a place in Jalan Pemimpin first, where I spoke to the landlords and so forth, and they said that it's private property. So I invested a couple of equipment, nice flooring, equipment, machines, everything. Even there was a boxing ring inside. A long story cut short, basically, we were kind of misled, and eventually IRAS came in and said that we cannot do. IRAS, was it IRAS? No, it's not. SLA, if I'm not wrong. Actually, I cannot remember the body. One of these bodies, they came in and told me that I can't do a space anymore because gyms are not allowed to be used are not allowed to, conduct in a B2, B1 industrial unit or something like that. And we were told to immediately evacuate. And this was 6 months within, I just opened up everything.
Wow. Okay.
And then I was like trying to tell them, like, hey, dude, like, this is private property. They said, no such thing. You have to pay something called EDL, which is called a temporary development levy. And guess how much it was? 100,000+.
Wow.
To just operate there. So I tried to see the MPs and everything. It just didn't work out. And we had to eventually evacuate. And so I was back to zero with nothing.
Wow.
With debts piled up. I was getting married that year, especially. So fast forward a little bit, we managed to get a space. We found someone who actually tendered for a space in the grassroots club. And then these guys wanted to step back, but they already got the tender. So I had to take out another sum of money to pay them to take the tender on top. So from 2019 all the way till 2025, maybe about September, which is just last year, we were actually operating from the GRC.
Wow.
And SLA came in just a few months ago. It said that they are taking back the whole space. And we were left stranded to find a new space. But that's where the biggest problem came in, because rentals are crazy expensive in Singapore.
Yeah.
They catch you like this for a space like this.
Yeah.
So move there. Honestly, I really wanted to just close on the business and try something else in life. And of course, I had someone who came in to help me as well and became a partner. And we were sourcing out spaces after spaces, but we just couldn't find the right space. Because, in a gym location, the location is important.
Yeah.
Availability. I mean, it has been easy to access. The kind of surroundings are also plays a very big part in the dynamics and all. And somehow or other, that's how I found where we are right now.
Wow. What a story.
But the most painful is really removing the equipment. These are like tons and tons of weight of kilograms or worth of equipment, right? So you have to get yourself down and dirty, you have to help here, you do this, you have to do that. It's really a lot of work.
Wow. Yeah. Just like, what a journey, right? Like, it's been for you the past 8-9 years.
Yes.
And it hasn't been easy. Not at all. How many times you had to move? You ran into permit issues that you didn't know existed, right? And rentals keep increasing. So, kudos to you, because I think that's where we really see the resilience, right, behind gym owners and behind anybody who has been through that journey of success. That's where we really see that. Vicky, can you share? So Sculpt Society has been around for a while now, right? And you guys have so many positive reviews on Google, right? And I think that's kudos to you and your team, right, for how much work you guys put in.
Yeah.
Can you share what really is Sculpt Society and how are you guys different from other gyms?
Okay,
according to
Sculpt
you?
Society is to be very honest, I started Sculpt not to have like a very big global brand. Sculpt was a pedestal for me to move to the next stage of my life as an individual, to be a motivational speaker. I always love speaking in front of a very big crowd.
Mm-hmm.
To be able to share my story, to motivate people when it comes into creating a healthy lifestyle, to motivate and inspire people through breaking the true potentials of their mind. And by me having lost so much of weight, and mind you, I've not lost weight just once. Every year I actually do gain and lose my weight, like in 2 batches. So this is right now at this current stage, I'm actually doing my 12th weight loss transformation.
Wow.
Yeah. So when I started Sculpt, there was only one goal in my mind, and that was to only be really, really, really good with lots of love and passion when it comes to weight loss. Because weight loss is, in a lot of things, people actually think that weight loss is a very just getting your numbers down in the weighing scale. But the real thing is it's not. There's so much of factors in it: psychological, motivation, inspiration, guidance, knowledge. There's just so many.
Mm-hmm.
So when I stepped into actually start off Sculpt, right, it was to really focus on only one particular thing: lose your weight and never gain it back again. So even if somebody actually is going to gain their weight, what I always will tell them is, I'm here to teach you how to fish, not give you a fish. So after you've lost your weight, right, I don't want you coming back to me. Because many cases, like people focus on, especially when you are in a personal training gym, people focus on keeping the client for 1 year, 2 years, because that's where the sales come in, right? But I started focusing on a different thing. I started focusing them on graduation.
Right.
Graduating them. Because I believe for every person X that I transform in the correct time frame, 3 or 4 or 5 other person X will actually see the credibility and come onto the gym. So instead of focusing on retainment, I always focused on graduation, which was a nice way because more people started to come, more people started to notice us. Yes, of course, I do have like 3 or 4 clients that have been with me for the past 4 or 5 years, but I try not to do it so much because, to be very honest, right, PT is expensive. It is something that you put out of your pocket, but expensive in the present, not expensive for the future. If you look at it in the long term, it's not expensive at all. And why weight loss specifically is because I decided not to be like a pasamalam. Like I didn't want to do like a bodybuilding prep. I didn't want to do like women specific. I didn't want to do like, all these kind of things. I just wanted to be good and be good in just one thing, just weight loss. Yeah, that is basically in a nutshell, Sculpt is your weight loss solutions.
Wow, I like that. I like that a lot because it is true that a lot of gyms actually focus on so many different aspects of fitness, right? And after a while, it becomes very blurry, the lines. Like, are you guys a weight loss gym? Are you guys a bodybuilding? Are you guys a performance, right? With the growth of High Rocks and with the growth of like Spartan races, there's so many things that gyms can identify with. But I really like that you guys are clear in your identity. It's like we focus on weight loss transformations. Yeah. Wow. Thanks for sharing, Vicky. And you literally live out like what you say, right? You live what you preach because you also go through weight loss every year yourself.
Yes.
Can you share a bit more about that? Like, is that intentional? Is that like what's the thinking behind that?
You see, we always will say, in our own terms, it's very easy to talk, but it's not very easy to do.
Yeah.
Many times, I believe to really be different, to really step away from the rest, you've got to be different. You've got to do things very differently. So I noticed that, in a lot of gyms, coaches themselves, they have been fit throughout their whole life. Let's not talk about bulking phase and a cutting phase. Even during a bulking phase, these guys are calculating their macros. They are literally they're still building muscle. They're still lifting their weights. It's very different to compare that. But when I actually gain my weight, right, I literally gain it like a typical Singaporean. We are talking about like mee goreng. We're talking about like beers. We're talking about like ha chong kai chicken, seafood dinners. We're talking about like goreng pisang, like biryanis. And this is how I put it into my system. So even right now, I'm in my weight loss journey. I'm doing it like not like an athlete. I'm doing it like a normal human being. Like for example, we're having this podcast. I think time is probably the evening, and I already contemplated like, should I go to the gym after this, or I'm really lazy. It's like I'm so tired, and I'm I'm like kind of processing like how when I actually like either get out to the gym, I am like articulating this information like, oh, how do I get myself out of the gym so that I can, like create something for my students to tell them that, hey, this is how you can do it. And even if I don't go to the gym,
Mm-hmm.
now I am replicating how a normal human being actually feels. So what should I do next? Okay. So you know what I'm going to do? Well, if I don't feel like I want to lift any weights today, probably I'm going to control my food portion for dinner and probably just take a small 30, 45 minutes of a walk,
Right.
start the week nicely. Tomorrow is another day. So there's a lot of psychological aspects, there's a lot of psychological self-experiencing in order to make that information accessible to my students. So they don't feel that weight loss is a chore, but something rather very sustainable. Like you don't have to guilt trip yourself every single time. So yes, it's actually intentional. So right now I'm at 70, I think I'm at 78 kilograms. I need to lose 15 kilos because at the later part of the year, I'm planning to actually go back into professional boxing, something that I let go 7 years ago, 6 years ago after I got married. So in order for me to fight at my particular weight, which is 63 kilograms, so I am doing a 15 kilograms within 4 months.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, so I love to put myself through this little torture, but I honestly don't find it as torture because I love doing this. This allows me to give a lot of motivation, inspiration, and most importantly, education. And I don't eat chicken breast and broccoli. Trust me, every day my food looks. I mean, if you guys follow me on my Instagram, like after this, I'm probably going to be doing. I'm craving for fried chicken, but hey, ordering a Grab is going to take 40 minutes. If I do it myself, it's just 15 minutes, but it's almost the same taste. How do I do it? So I'm able to use this episode, like to be able to like create something, then share it on social media so that people actually, hey, this guy actually didn't go for training, but he managed to like control his food and he's still eating fried chicken.
Wow.
So it
Wow.
gives me this opportunity whenever I put myself through these deliberate weight gains and weight losses, it gives me the opportunity to always like compile more information for those people that lose their weight.
Wow. Wow. I love it. I love it. It's like putting yourself through your client's shoes, right? And putting yourself in your client's shoes it's continuously gathering the information so that you can help them as well.
Yes.
Vicky, back to Sculpt Society, right? Very, very special gym. When you decided to open your gym, what was your idea of success? What did you think it was going to be like? Or what did you want it to be like? What was the end goal for you for Sculpt Society when you first opened?
Honestly, my end goal was to really reduce obesity in Singapore. I didn't want other people to go through what I did. At least I took it positively. Some people can, as the years goes by, I see younger people are faster. That's not their fault. It's because of the situations around them. Now, unhealthy food reaches to have access to unhealthy food. Right, it's just a click of a button. There are more social. There's more like social lives coming out, drinking, partying, food. It's just getting more crazier and crazier every year. I just wanted to reduce obesity because one thing is, of course, aesthetically you look nice, but more than aesthetic, right? When I lost my weight and I started seeing the better things when I lost my weight, I realized that hey, this is actually going to allow me to live my life more longer, and should I say, not to depend on anyone. It's kind of sad, when you see people with wires in their body and they can't they can't travel. They always need someone there. They're never independent. And worse, like medications, you can't do this, you can't do that. Recently I just met a guy, like he's my age, 30, 35. He has already lost 2 fingers due to diabetes. So imagine how young he has started putting harm into his body.
Wow.
And sometimes, so there's two groups, right? One is deliberate, one is just non-guided. So I don't want to talk about the deliberate because these people actually know and then they still do it, thinking that there's some saving grace. But dude, there's no more saving grace. Things have accelerated. Just like our GST, right? Just zoom is accelerated, right? So weight loss has now accelerated, just like weight gain has just accelerated, like without you even knowing it. With this comes the top 3 prices: your high blood pressure, your heart attack, your diabetes. And the worst is the diabetes now. So it just doesn't affect you. You're going to start a family, it's going to affect a child. And it's going to just continue like a domino effect. So my goal was just to reduce obesity. Make sure that people understand where they are walking themselves into. Now, if you have a family, you're going to walk yourself into creating that habit for your children. They are going to do it for their children, for their children, for their children. Even if you're single, nowadays, to be very honest, as a guy, on this side, right, a lot of girls are actually going to the gym, and they're very particular. I got friends who are single, right? And when they go for dates, the girl turns around and tells them, hey, dude, you're like, don't have a lifestyle. You're fat. But it's kind of sad, right? He comes back and he tells me, like, dude, I say, like, dude, just get to the gym. There's a solution. Just lose your weight. There's a lot of effects that actually happens when you are a little bit more obese. But more than all of this thing, right, it's really about living longer on this beautiful earth. So where I step in, I just want to reduce obesity. I want people to understand what are the effects of being obese and what are also the positive effect. What are the positive effects of reducing obesity within yourself as well?
Right.
So that was my end goal for this.
Wow. That's such a powerful motivation, Vicky. Thanks for sharing. It's
So thank you.
trying to prevent obesity in other people because you have been through and you know what it's like. Yeah. Vicky, can you share a bit more about, let's go into your clients, right? So you talk about obesity. This is what you do. You help people lose weight rapidly, transform their bodies, right? Who are the clients that usually you enjoy the most or that enjoy you the most, right? Who are your best clients? The ones that you wish you had more of?
Okay, so no good teacher will say which is his favorite student.
Right.
All students comes to him, he treats them all equally. Like for me,
Mhm.
I treat all my students the same. There's no like special student or something. But there's something about me empowering ladies who want to lose their weight loss that gets me really excited.
Okay. Why ladies?
Well, truth to be told, men can somehow or other survive in this world. Women mostly are kind of discriminated. They're okay in my context. Being an Indian, right? Like when men are out, they're a bit more obese, right? They don't really like, say things with them. But when the woman is out, they say things like, "Wow, you put on weight already. Oh, why you are this size?" They start with all this kind of nonsensical discrimination. I've heard it personally. I've seen it personally. So when I have trained like women who have lost their weight and what used to be a time when they used to look down in shame and now they are walking their chin up high in pride. Now that makes me feel really, really good because I know, hey, that's my student. And she's so strong. She's like, hey, don't come and waste more time. I've lost my weight. That's it. I've done what you only could talk, but you couldn't do it. I have transformed quite a lot of women when it comes to weight loss. And age is not a problem. It's mindset. It's just being there with them, having be able to understand their journey. And there's another, coming back to the previous question that you asked me, right? Why do I do this deliberate weight loss, right? Now, when I do this with them, they get motivated because, hey, my coach is also doing this with me. It's not like he's telling me to be eating right, but he's actually eating a burger at the back end. So, justice to actually tell you on an everyday basis, my whether Monday to Sunday or Sunday, Monday to Friday, my breakfast, lunch, and dinner is purely recorded and sent out in pure clarity to all my students.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
like you are accountable to them as well, as their
Yeah,
coach,
I
as
mean,
their
that's
teacher.
that's the whole thing, right? I show them what I eat on a daily basis, even on my social media as well. I don't lie. Like if I'm smashing a burger that night, the photo is up on social media, and I say, "Yeah, I'm eating this." Yeah. If I'm drinking, it's up. I don't lie
Wow.
because we want to be sustainable. You don't want to have this image that you're a perfect human being when you're not. I'd rather be a bad guy, but be a true guy.
Wow.
You get where I'm coming from. I don't want to be a faker. So I just show people like this is how I am in real. Like at 2 a.m. if I'm eating a piece of chocolate, I am eating a piece of chocolate. But how do you work around this is where the authenticity and the rawness, and that's what really gets me to really motivate actually mostly my female students. I kind of find that female students are more serious when they come into the weight loss journey. It's kind of weird, but yeah.
Okay. That level of accountability, I love it. Like I don't think I see many trainers, gym owners like broadcasting everything that they eat to all their
Yeah.
clients. Like I think that's just like really a new level of accountability, right? And I'm sure that's why you guys do well.
But I can like just show you it's always on my WhatsApp. I have a broadcast list or thing about probably even my current students, even my ex-students are still there. So I don't just let go of them just because they have graduated from the program. They are still every day because
Right.
it's like it's like you in a bus, right? You're going from bus stop to bus stop. What do you see all the time? It's always McDonald's over there. By the time you get back home, you feel like eating McDonald's. So same thing, even if they have graduated from the program, every day they're seeing my face and what I'm eating, right? At least it motivates them to a certain level that, hey, I shouldn't like screw up my food. I should always continue still being where I am.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah. But for me, it's a lifestyle really. Cooking at home is a lifestyle. I don't really eat outside so much. Yeah. I love to cook. Yeah.
Thanks, Vicky. I think that's something that a lot of coaches can definitely pick up on and should pick up on, right? How do people usually find your gym, Vicky? How do people usually hear or know about Sculpt Society? How do you acquire or find your customers?
So, a few platforms. I have my own specific social media platform. Like most of the time, it's Instagram and TikTok. But I've also do have a marketing agency that do run ads for us.
Okay.
try to post a lot of authentic and very raw social media posts and TikTok reels and stuff on my Sculpt Society's page as well. Word of mouth, we believe if we are good, people will recommend.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore, we have like leads and trials coming in for us on a monthly basis.
Okay. So you have word of mouth, you have trials, you have your marketing agency as well that helps
Yeah.
you to find more customers. Cool. Vicky, what specific goals do you have for Sculpt Society? So it's been a 8 plus almost 9-year journey for you, right? Just the amount of challenges you had to go through. We talked a little bit about it just now. It was it's hectic. I mean, there's so much, right, to get to where you are today. You live and breathe weight loss. You show up for your clients every single day. What's next for you? What goals do you have in the next 1 year for you, for yourself, and for Sculpt Society?
I'm going to officially stop training people.
Okay.
I really want to go into motivational speaking. I want to travel around Singapore at first for this year. And then I want to start traveling overseas during this year. I want to build my speaking skills. Running a business has not been easy. It's been crazy. So I would like to take more time to stop waking up really early so that I can take more time to recover, so that I can use my extra energy to focus on business ideas and business expansions for myself. Because I feel that sometimes, after 8 years of being in this field, still teaching someone, it's nice to inspire and motivate, but I can do the same by imparting my knowledge and focusing that time into training up those coaches, like really putting my time in mentoring them in how they can actually be better.
Mm-hmm.
I have really amazing coaches in Sculpt and I'm very blessed with it, but there's always something that we can keep learning and moving forward.
Right.
Creating collaborations and stuff. So obviously that's to do all these, you need time, right? As a business owner and the founder, I'm still there. I would love to start working on the business rather than in the business, because then it gives me a proper stadium view of everything. But this year, that is the goal. So I'm kind of really chonging to like finish up all my clients and graduate and then by the end of Feb.
Wow, that's fast. I mean, that's next month. Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe March. I do have a couple of pending of them left, but after this, I'm not going to take in anybody anymore. There's no more new people I'm going to be taking in.
Wow.
Probably end of March. Like I do have one person that I just took in recently because a very close friend of mine, and I'm taking him in personally, dedication. And the one thing you can win me over to get me out of retirement is when you're super dedicated, and I can sense that, right? I probably like, I'll say, you know what, I'll take you in as my student.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of need to stop doing that. But other than that, yeah, I've actually reduced a lot. But my goal would be really to move into motivational speaking. I would love to travel to different gyms to motivate, students. I mean, we don't have to come to a space and an environment where, just because you're from another gym, or you shouldn't be coming into my gym. I think it's good that the fitness industry comes in together without any form of like negative competition. I mean, there can be positive competition. So I love to go to like different gym, like even like start off like with Anytime Fitness. I see a lot of very beautiful people. Like a lot of people who are trying to lose their weight coming to Anytime Fitness. But the one thing that I notice is they're always just coming to the treadmill and then they're doing the same thing over again. And some people just get stuck in your head. How I saw them in January, they still look the same or even worse in December. But they're coming consistently. So if I can go in to really educate them, there will be change.
Right.
So I can't do that by me keep training people. I got to get myself out there into public and speak.
Wow.
Educate. So that is where I really would love to. And as for Sculpt, I would love Sculpt to be a beacon of hope when it comes to weight loss. If you're here and you really want to change your life, we are here ready to change your life. Like I always tell people, we walk your weight loss journey together with you. We are not just telling you what to do. We are walking this with you. So that would be something for my Sculpt. I mean, specifically, I don't want to go into dynamics. I'm not the kind of person who like, I want to open up 20 gyms or overseas expansion or big, then I'm coming in a Rolls Royce. No. I mean, we can do that if we want to do that. But then again, where's the true motive? Where's the true inspiration? Like, if me opening a gym means filling up my bank account, then I guess the whole intention of opening up Sculpt would have been wrong already. Yeah.
What's going to happen to Sculpt when you transition into motivational speaking?
No, Sculpt will still be there.
Okay.
That is why I'm mentoring up my guys.
Mm-hmm.
And they share the same drive and the same passion as me. And in a situation, if they decide to find something else somewhere, I guess we can't stop, anyone from leaving. But that's where I step in back again, find the right person, mentor them up, keep going and so forth.
Wow.
But Sculpt will always be there for those people who wants the change. I will be there for them.
Wow. Wow. It's
Whether it's me training them or me just guiding them or me just motivating, inspiring them, Sculpt will be there. The brand Sculpt will always be there in one way or another.
wow. Wow. I love it. It's really almost like you graduate your students from their program, and it sounds like you're graduating yourself now from your life program, right? But you're
Yeah.
transitioning into a new phase after 9 years. You've built this community, this really transformation, this entire community of just transformation. It's going well. You have so many testimonials, but for you now, you're going to write another chapter of your story. You want to move into motivational speaking. At this point, expansion is actually not in your plans. Wow, I love it. All right, Vicky, I got 2 more questions for you today.
Yep.
What is the biggest challenge you're facing right now in your journey in your business? So we can talk about Sculpt, or we can talk about your transition into a motivational speaker. What are the biggest challenges you're facing right now for both of these ventures?
Well, for Sculpt, let's talk for Sculpt first. So for Sculpt,
Mhm.
basically, I feel that clients getting in new students, new leads, this is a trouble because, as you know, that personal training is not your usual kind of like gym membership. We put in a lot of effort in order for us to train you, and then when people step into the gym and when they hear the prices, they're like, "Oh, so expensive." And I'm like, dude, like this is really not expensive. Like if you actually break it down in a 10 weeks program or short weeks program, you're probably only paying like $41 or $42 per day, right? To actually make this change for yourself. Even if they are not spending, they are actually spending this kind of money on Grab, on food, on transport, on
Mhm.
crazy stuff, but they just don't seem to see the value behind the whole thing. And every time they are like, the people are now spending their money more in traveling, social validation, material. But when it comes to themselves, it's not easy. Like for example, like a few days, like last year, not few days, last year, I had a lady who was, obviously I could make out of her, right? So she came into and she said, "Oh, Vicky, I want you to train me." And I was like, "Yeah, sure." She said, "How much are you?" I was like, "I'm 250 an hour." She's like, "What? Oh, how can you charge yourself so expensive?" I said, "Miss, look here. I'm the founder and the amount of credentials I have. That is why I'm charging you 250 an hour because I will definitely get you to that. Along with that, this is my time away from my family. It has to make sense to me as well." And then she's like, "Oh, you're too expensive. I don't think so. You should be charging this price." And mind you, she was wearing a nice branded watch and she was having a really branded bag. And I was like, okay, I mean, I said, "Miss, if I may ask, like, are these original?" I was just being sarcastic. And I'm like, how can you actually come and tell me, like, when you went to these boutique stores and you bought this stuff, you didn't go and tell them, "Hey, you're expensive."
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
why do you do the same thing to me? So, these are some of the issues that I actually face with people when they come in over here and they come and they don't see the value behind the program. And sometimes it's quite sad because I've had students who, after 2 years, come back to me telling them that they have major health problems. And it's quite sad because now at this stage, I can't help them already because I have
Mm.
not taken supplements. Yeah. So these are some of the problems that I actually face in Sculpt.
Wow.
Well, actually seeing the value behind us
Mhm.
because they see the dollar first before they look at your value.
Right.
What you're bringing to the table, yeah. And even if then they just want something cheaper.
Yeah. 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 So it's
Yeah.
it's really client acquisition for you and finding the right audience for your particular gym, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. Vicky, I have last question for you today.
Sure.
If you had a magic wand right now, for your life, for your gym, for your business, for your next journey, what would you wish for? We just enter into a new year, right? 2026.
Yeah.
What's the one thing you want this year? If this happened, like this would be a great year. So if you had a magic wand, what would you wish for?
Okay. If I had a magic wand, the first thing I would love is for Sculpt to be self-sustainable itself without me being able
Mm-hmm.
to step in. It's like an auto engine process, right? It just goes and everything goes. I would love to really go full fledged into motivational speaking. I just really love speaking to people. I love speaking to audiences. I love interacting. So I really want to go. Like, I want to have, like, I don't mind going and speaking Monday to Friday, like 2-3
Mhm.
times a day. I just don't mind going and just talking to people on a daily basis. It will not get me tired. So if I could do that, that would be amazing. And I don't want to, I really do. Well, another thing is I really don't want to be like working on the weekends, because I really want to rest out throughout my last 9 years. I've been working from Monday to Sunday.
Mhm.
Yeah. So these are just, if I have a magic wand, this will be the most amazing thing that can actually happen for me right now.
It's for Sculpt to run by itself profitably,
Yeah.
and for you to be
Yeah.
able to transition, 2 to
Yes.
3 times a day motivational speaking.
Oh, I love it.
Okay. Thank you so much, Vicky.
Thank you.
I think we got a lot of golden nuggets today with your story, right? 9 years in the industry. Wow, like so much experience, so much just hard work, and really you're so seasoned, right? In this space, in weight loss, in transformations. You've probably seen it all, you've probably seen it all. And now it's not time for a new chapter. And what you wish for is for a smooth transition, and for Sculpt to still continue to exist, continue to serve the customers and be there for them. Yeah.
Yes.
Vicky, is there anything else you'd like to share with our listeners before we end the call today?
Well, the one thing I always say is the biggest gift and the biggest weapon that God has given you is the mind. The mind can make you or actually break you. Use it well. It makes you the most powerful thing in the whole wide world. Don't use it, then you're just going to be like any other person out there. We live this life only once. Let's live it like a king and really live it really, really good. And yeah, it's living a long and beautiful life is what really a lifestyle is called. Living your lifestyle. So guys, listeners, live your life with style. It doesn't hurt to really be healthy. And of course, it comes with good looks as well.
I love it. Thank you, Vicky, for all your work. Thank you
you.
for coming on our podcast, for sharing your experience, for your wisdom as well. So
Thank
much
you.
more we can chat about, but I think that will have to be for another time.
Yep.
I know that all our listeners, all your community as well, everyone from your family, from your friends, from your community, right? Your very big Sculpt community will have so much fun listening to your story and definitely will learn so much. And we're going to be here with you. We wish you all the best as well as you transition into that next chapter of motivational speaking. Thanks, Vicky.
Thank you.
That's it for this episode of Gym Empire Secrets. If you enjoyed this conversation, you can subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you're listening to this for future episodes. This podcast was brought to you by Stratagym, where we help gym owners scale their gyms to full capacity and even beyond 7 figures, so that gym owners can inspire more healthy lives while growing their bank accounts. To learn more about our community or see how we can help you, visit stratagym.sg/join.